Hello, logistics professionals. Nice to meet you. When I started my career in transport and logistics 3 decades ago, managing shipments was a completely manual process. I had to write the shipping documents on a typewriter, copy transport documents, take care of the booking with the transport providers, and of course, follow up on the shipment status. Fortunately, nowadays, digital solutions available on the market can support you in this process and make your life much easier. These solutions can simplify administrative tasks and help you make better decisions in the selection of providers and management of your shipments. In our interview today, we will talk about the solution of ToShip, a provider of a digital shipping platform. I have the pleasure of talking today to Russ, the CEO of ToShip, and Cristina Cojanu, who is the regional CEO for Europe. I'm happy to have you here today. Hello and good afternoon.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, it's a pleasure. Typically, we have a one-to-one setup. Today, we have a lady in the middle, which is really...
Good afternoon, Jorg.
Good afternoon, Cristina.
Nice to meet you.
We had already various exchanges on the phone and on video conferences. And actually, I was really impressed about the ToShip solution. And today we want to talk about the functionalities and also what this is all about. Yeah, so let's start. What kind of improvements can companies achieve with your system in the next year? 2023 is just around the corner. So what can they do next year?
It definitely depends on their unique objectives. But for sure that every company wants to reduce costs wherever they can. So for us, it's all about the shipping solution bringing both smarts and efficiency, which of course is done by working together with our client to automate the entire process. We believe that if you can centralize it all, it's a real success. What I mean is that a company can centralize their stock, locations, carrier accounts, sales channels in order to control and have a real-time visibility to the supply chain across every SKU or their shipment. The main idea is if you can centralize it all, then you can achieve control over it all and ultimately reduce man-hours through automation, because so more to do and so little time for everyone. A single solution means that shippers no longer need to move across various systems to get the information they need and execute their processes. As a result, they experience a significant positive impact on their operational efficiency, information accuracy, and logistic cost reduction.
Well, you're already deep in the topic, Cristina. It's really interesting. So, first of all, what kind of processes do you cover with your solution?
We cover the shipping process, and it's all about what you can do from your stock, location, user, carrier account, sales channels. So that's our main solution, shipping.
Okay, so that means you have the possibility to follow shipments end to end. So from the issuing of a shipment, placing the order at the transport provider, and then follow up on the shipment process. So everything that I did manually can be done with your system in a centralized and electronic way. Is that correct?
Placing the solution to tracking the shipment.
Very good.
Yes, Russ?
We get into the cycle with our client's customer right at checkout time. Right? So you're ordering online, you've got your shopping cart built, you're now going through the checkout stage, and our system essentially starts to interact with our client's customer at that stage in terms of what shipping offering do you want to give your customer at checkout? What options do you want to give them? All right. And our job is really to interact with that online shopper to bring our customers different shipping options and rates and next day fulfillment, some same day fulfillment. Do you want a 2-day? Do you want the cheapest available, option that we can find? And here's your prices for it. So our workflow with customers starts before the order even happens in a lot of cases, and ultimately until that is now delivered and that delivery is captured from the courier or the carrier that makes the delivery to the end customer.
Okay, if I understand correctly, it's a centralized platform where on one side the shippers can place the orders, follow up the orders, and on the other side you have connections to the transport providers, and then you are kind of middleware in between. Is that correct?
Exactly. So in many cases, we're middleware to all the systems you have that are capturing orders that you need to ship out. So your storefronts on different e-com platforms, your marketplaces that you sell on, your ERPs or order systems, your warehouse systems, all the different systems that you have as a customer that capture orders that need to be fulfilled are really part of our job to make sure our platform connects to all those sources of orders. And essentially the inflow of all your orders into a centralized queue, which now divides by where your inventory is, where you have different shipping locations around the world or in a different country. We will optimize your orders to the most or the closest fulfillment location that has inventory to your end customer.
Okay.
And we do that in the checkout process also. We know where your inventory is, where you should ship it from to minimize your costs for that fulfilling that order as a company, and that's where we start to rate and give your customers options at checkout.
Well, actually, for me, as a guy who has started in these manual times, this really sounds like a dream that you can really centralize, all the shipping process information and also follow up on the shipment status. So, can you tell me something about how many transport providers have you connected to your system?
Yes, we have more than 500 providers of transport in our system in this moment.
Okay, that's really quite
all
a
over
large
the world.
number. All over the
all
world,
over,
yeah.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah. And it ranks from the parcel provider to the groupage provider or even FTL providers.
Okay, for package providers to LTL to FTL, same day providers and other type of carriers.
Yeah, that's really extremely helpful. I know some companies who have quite a diverse distribution setup, and managing this all is really challenging, and especially having all the connections under control. And you offer this with a centralized platform, which is a SaaS solution, if I'm not wrong, right?
Yes, it's a SaaS solution. Yeah.
It is. So you do not need to implement a large system like an SAP system on your central server. You can access all these functionalities that we are talking about right from the browser with an SAS solution. Is that correct?
It's correct. Wherever you are, if you have a laptop and internet connection, you can access to ship solution, to ship platform.
Yeah, that sounds really great. Can you give us some tips and tricks how customers can benefit from your platform?
Yes, of course. First of all, saving time and money. That is always a must-have, especially these days. You also can find some ways to do it better. For example, choosing the right transport service, so you always ship with the best service for the best price.
Mm-hmm.
This could mean simply the cheapest service based on the delivery requirements of the order. It can also mean the best ranked service into ship, which is a combination of both cost and delivery performance. For companies, it's not always about just the cost when the performance of on-time delivery for that service is not worth considering. Okay? But not only does to ship rate all your services, but we also calculate the best packaging to use and how to assign what's in order shipment to each package. Basically, what quantities of what items go in what size box or boxes. This allows our solution to reduce the amount of air our clients ship, when they pack the order in larger packaging than required. Which, by the way, most carriers these days charge based on volume, not on the weight. So at the end of the day, that air in your box is costing your company money every time you ship.
True.
Yes, and not only does to ship rate all services with the packages we calculated, but when your total order weight reaches a threshold, we look to see if it serves our clients better to pack those boxes on skids to get a better service on rate. So your B2B orders now, where your order weights are large, to ship will calculate and rate the packages we have with your small package carriers and simultaneously rate pallet skid information with your LTL carriers to find the best method of packing your order to use the best service. Okay, ultimately, we help our clients figure out how to ship each order. Okay?
Yeah, that's really impressive. Let me ask one question, Russ. You have developed this system. You're the guy who has invented it. How long did you work on this solution? Because it sounds like a very complex system here.
Yeah, we started. I believe our first label ever processed was January 2007.
Oh, already 15 years. Okay.
Yeah, and ever since it's been, like you said earlier, an endless amount of couriers and carriers to connect to around the world, an endless amount of platforms that take orders these days for customers. From your online Shopify's, WooCommerce, Magentos, and things like that, to your Amazon marketplaces and eBays and Etsy's, and all the different countries and regions have their own.
Yeah,
to some degree. And there's just an infinite amount of couriers, carriers, and platforms to connect to.
Yeah.
And being that middleware layer between what customers can sell online and how we capture orders, and then dealing with all their carriers on the other hand, and how we fulfill and help them pick, pack, ship those orders out. It's a never-ending endeavor, really, to just keep up to speed and be able to provide customers with all the different shipping options they need in different regions around the world. And there's just more and more carriers and couriers coming on and reaching out, and regionally taking same day on and next day services, and it's just more and more every day.
Yeah, Russ, that's really impressive. And I take two things from what you have just said. First of all, you are not a startup company anymore. Yeah, so you are definitely a company where, especially in Europe, not many people have heard of 2Ship yet, but you are not the new kid on the block. You have 15 years of experience. Congratulations, you've come a long way. And the second, when I would be an e-commerce shop, I would definitely use your solution in order to simplify my process, because when you build up an e-commerce shop, you have so many other things in your head and your mind and to take care of, and having a solution like yours in place will definitely help these companies grow even faster and keep everything under control. Really well done and very impressive. And to the audience, this is my personal recommendation. Have a look at 2Ship. You can visit the residents of 2Ship in the digital logistics marketplace. You can chat directly with the colleagues of Cristina, or even with Cristina. We can arrange video calls with you. Go and check that out. So, but that was just in between. I have some more questions, of course. Why should an online store, as I mentioned, use your platform? Give me the top 3 reasons, please.
I strongly believe that there are many reasons why online stores need a shipping solution behind their store. I'm thinking now of 3: real-time rates, managing returns, and improving clients' experience. Regarding real-time rates, this means that avoiding flat rates that ultimately cost our clients money and cut into their margins. The other problem with flat rates, it's a subsidized approach to e-com. It means the majority of your clients, okay, of our clients, in large markets are paying more for shipping that they should to subsidize the customer who need deliveries in more remote regions. By using real-time rates, customers close to inventory get great shipping fees, while those that are more rural pay more for shipping. Okay. A great shipping solution does more than shop rates. It offers client options. Giving client options is a huge importance to reduce cart abandonment and more so to get customers to come back to you. Okay. Our clients choose what service group or shipping options they wish to give their clients at checkout, like a next day delivery, second day, and an economy or cheapest option. Okay. We find all the services available and based on delivery estimates, categorize each service into its group, and then we give the customer the rates of the cheapest option for each group or option at checkout. For example, this also allows us to offer options like hold for pickup at checkout time, okay? Which then allows customers to pick their location of choice from a map. This could be a carrier location, a retail store, a locker box. Your shipping solution should interact with all kinds of hold for pickup locations for your customers. Okay, that's
I hear already more than 3 reasons why customers should use your solution. And what is really very fascinating for me is, yes, you provide an IT SIS solution, but you really understand the processes of the customers. That is obvious for me. And this differentiates your system also from others on the market, as I know some of them. Thanks a lot for that. Any more suggestions how to assess the current situation as a customer and how to make the right decision on the system support? Yeah, so when a customer, we have in our audience, I'm sure a lot of companies who need to assess their current situation. We are all coming from an environment, a market environment, which was extremely difficult with very high prices. And I know a lot of companies are currently reassessing their shipment or shipping process. What could they do, or what should they do to take the right decision?
Look, the complexity of where we come into the picture is we deal with so many different types of customers who go down so many different types of processes and workflows. All right. And our job is really, at the end of the day, to listen to a customer and figure out how more automation, and centralizing things and maybe more control in a lot of situations is the key to saving them time and money and making them more efficient. A lot of the times with larger enterprise customers, we become more of a consulting role before we become a solution to the customer. Right?
This was exactly my question. Yeah. So, can you support your customers in assessing the situation?
100%. For small business customers, it's very easy. It's if you're doing anything manual, then you need maybe a better solution, or you need a solution to begin with. All right. A lot of customers setting up in e-commerce, when they start, it's all about their inventory and how good their images look and the banners on their website. But shipping comes last, and it's almost like an afterthought of getting set up. And it really should be first and foremost. And at the end of the day, it could kill your business if you haven't thought it out or have the right solution or the right carriers in place to perform and get your orders out efficiently to your customers. And if you fail doing that, it doesn't matter how good your product is, how great your website is, you're not going to sell much in the future, and customers will not come back. All right. So then we end up with the enterprise type of customer that has a warehouse management system and an ERP, and it's all about how we fit in to streamline and make them more efficient. Right? It's a ton of ERPs, and the biggest ERPs, we we actually come in and help the customer run their inventory and pick and pack their orders because it's just so inefficient to do it inside of an ERP. All right. And there's mobile apps we deliver for pick and pack and, all those types of things to really speed up that time it takes to get your orders picked, packed, and shipped out the door. Right. And that's really how we can help small businesses, right from the get-go. Just manage things to get your orders in, to pick them, to pack them, and to ship them out. All right. And at the same time, we're basically synchronizing all that inventory you want to store in our system for your picking, your packing, where it is on the shelf, maybe in your basement, maybe in a small warehouse, maybe in 7 different DCs across the country or the globe. It's us knowing where your inventory is and how we can help you pick and pack it and ship it out efficiently. And
it sounds really great. And it seems as if you have a scalable solution from the shop who starts today up to large enterprises who want to squeeze out the melon, the lemon, not the melon. It's a bit more difficult. Yeah. So and find optimization potential. Yeah. Am I right with that assessment?
Yeah. And adding another location is, do they have a printer to print labels and pick tickets and things like that? Do they have an internet connection? And it takes 5 minutes to add another location in the system. But once that's in there, then orders can start to flow and we can help, again, log in online, see your orders at that location, start to pick, pack, ship them out. But the interface itself and our customers get to choose whether they want, an advanced user interface and process, or they want something that's more simplified that may take them down more of a novice route through our system. And really, it's getting the customer and helping them when they start out, but then being able to grow with them so that they don't need to look for a different solution as they start to grow and do more volume.
That is really fascinating. I have to say, I learned a lot. Yeah, and do you offer kind of online trainings or demos where customers can have a look at your system?
Sure. You can have a free trial if you register on our website, but we also can have a discussion and give you a demo. And regarding the trainings, each client that starts with to ship has a training with our support team.
Okay.
So you know everything you need to start using to ship.
Great stuff. Yeah, I really appreciate that you took the time today to talk with me about your solution. And I'm sure as a lot of companies have learned in the last 2 years that there is quite a lot of potential in the shipping process. A lot of companies have learned it the hard way. I'm quite sure that a lot of viewers here from the audience will be interested. Again, you can visit the residence of To Ship here on the Digital Logistics Marketplace. Get in touch with the colleagues of To Ship and have a discussion. And I'm sure this is interesting for a lot of companies. Thanks a lot to you, Cristina, and also to Russ. It was a pleasure. Hope to speak to you soon. Now it's beginning of 2023. I'm sure the year will be challenging again, but together we will find a way through these difficult times. Thanks a lot. Have a good day.
Too.
And nice to meet you. Bye.
Nice to meet you. A pleasure.
Bye.